Welcome to VR Portal, a place where you can manage your students, classes, teachers, and VR experiences. The VR Portal redirects users to different pages based on their role, admin, student, or teacher. For now, we will log in using the admin username and password. After logging in, you will be greeted with the dashboard and 4 different tabs: VR Experiences, Students Management, Teachers Management, Stats, and Reports. The dashboard shows the school's name and logo, both of which can be edited by clicking on the admin's name, then going to Profile. This will open a window where you can change the school's name and logo. For example, we will change the school name here and drag and drop a new school logo. Then click Confirm. You will see that the changes have been applied in the header. You can also click on Change Password from the menu, which opens a new window where you are prompted to enter your old password and the new one you want to change to, then clicking Confirm. Now let's get into it and start off with the first tab, VR Experiences. Here you can see the VR experiences that you have purchased from SimLab's VR store. Clicking on any of them will show you more information regarding this VR experience, including the title, category, and description. You will also be able to browse the statistics for each class that has this experience assigned to it by filtering through classes, and optionally by date. You'll be able to see the average scores, mistakes, and time spent on this experience across all of this class's students. You will also be able to see which teachers have assigned this VR experience to their classes. VR experiences can also be managed into categories of your choice by creating a category from the Add button here, then dragging and dropping the desired experience to it. There's also the search bar that will allow searching through the various owned VR experiences. And if at any time you feel like adding a new VR experience to your collection, you can do it by clicking on this button and visiting SimLab's VR store to browse through the available VR experiences. You can click on any of the VR experiences that you like, get more information on it, and watch an introductory video about it. You can then contact SimLab Soft's team to acquire them, after which it will be displayed in the VR portal. Moving on to the next tab, Students Management. Here you can manage students across 3 levels: grade, class, and subclass. Clicking on any of these levels will display all the students that belong to it. You'll be able to see their names, email addresses, and score average. Clicking on the Edit action will allow you to change the student's name, see all of their subclass assignments, and add or remove any assignments. Clicking on the Delete action, then clicking Confirm, will permanently remove the student from the system. You can also select multiple students, either to categorize them or delete them in bulk. On the right, we will see various statistics for each selected level, things such as average score, assigned VR experiences, completion rate, and a graph that shows the desired stat. You can also choose to view the statistics in a specific date range. For adding a level, you can choose the specific level that you want to add and its name. Note that for adding a class, it must exist inside a parent grade. And for adding a subclass, it must exist inside both a parent class and grade. For adding students, you can do it in 2 ways, either individually or by a CSV file. To add an individual student, enter the student name, his email, and the classes that you want to add the student to, then click Save. To add student in bulk using a CSV file, the CSV file must have a specific format. Click on View Sample CSV Format to check the required columns and constraints. You can click Download to install a sample CSV file to replicate it. To demonstrate, let's try adding a couple of new students that belong to new levels. As you can see, a new grade, class, and subclass have been added, and in there we can see the 5 newly added students. Moving on to the next tab, Teachers Management. On the left, you can see a list of the school's teachers, and you can also search through them. Clicking on any of the teachers will display all the details related to the teacher on the right. Starting from the top, we have the Profile section, which displays basic information regarding the teacher, like name, email, and title. You can click on the Edit button to change the teacher's name and title. Clicking on the Deactivate button will move the teacher to the Deactivated section, where he is not allowed to further share any VR experiences to his students. On the right, we can see some statistics that are attached to the teacher based on the classes he teaches. Moving to the Classes Assignment section, here we can assign a teacher to a class of choice, or unassign a class from the teacher. For the next section, VR Experiences Assignment, here we can see all the available VR experiences, or browse through them by category. And then we can assign it to the teacher by dragging and dropping it to the Assigned section. This allows the teacher to then share the VR experience with his students. To add a teacher, we can either do it individually. We have to input the new teacher's name, job title, and email. Then click Save. Here we can see the teacher has been added successfully. The other option is to add multiple teachers by a CSV file, similar to how we did it in Students Management tab. Here you can see the example CSV format and download a sample to see how the accepted format looks like. Finally, we have the Stats and Reports page. At the top, we have a couple of filters. The first one is Scope. We can choose from 4 scopes: grade, class, subclass, or experience. Choosing one will display the corresponding stats of the scope you chose. For example, if you choose the class scope, you have to specify the grade, the class, and optionally you can choose a specific VR experience, or click all experiences to view the class's stats as a whole regardless of the VR experience. You can also choose to filter by a specific date range. After clicking Apply, you'll be able to see the stats, various graphs, and the data table, which highlights individual students' performances in the selected filter. If we select the Experience filter, we would be able to see the statistics only in regard to the selected VR experience, not taking into account which class the students belong to. You can also find at the top right 2 export buttons, one for exporting the selected statistics for CSV, and one for exporting to PDF.